Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend,
And I am James, your black friend,
and this is the Fat and Black Connection.
where we talk about anything and everything as long as it's interesting to us.
Absolutely, no countdown tonight. No, none of that hoity-toity stuff. We're coming in hot. Um,
Ah,
so, I got to share a story with you. So, um, Friday of last week, um, I got up, do my normal shtick in the morning, getting ready for work, and um, my wife leaves before me to take the kid to school. And usually, just before they leave, I head upstairs to go take a shower and continue getting ready. So I go upstairs and I'm in the shower, and I luckily had pretty much just finished up my shower and realized I was getting a phone call. So I took the phone call, I answered it, and it was my
hello.
wife telling me that she had a flat tire.
Awesome. That's
And she was like, can you want to come over here and change it? And I said, well, no, I mean, I will, but I want you to call AAA because that's what we pay them to do. We've been paying for them for years, and
you
I
haven't
don't think we've
really.
used them probably in a couple of years at this point. I mean, we used them I think once, maybe last year for a battery issue, but I mean, other than that, we haven't really used them much. So I want to get a little bit of my money's worth.
Yeah.
And I just literally finished my shower. I'm standing here butt booty naked. Like I'm not gonna like run.
ah,
So
ah.
so she calls AAA. I get ready. As soon as I'm ready, I call her and I'm like, "What's the situation there?" She said, they're going to be about 20 minutes. I said, okay, so they're on their way. They'll probably get there right around the same time I would. To me, this is maybe a good opportunity. It doesn't look like it's going to snow anymore this year. We might as well just go over and get the tires swapped out, for put on the summers, if you will, the non-snow tires. So I go over to storage while she's waiting for the tow truck or whatever. I get the tires out and I go down to my car and I go to load them in and I realize, oh, I'm gonna have to put the back seat down to fit them all in. Of course, I've got the car seat in, and so I can't just put the seat down. I'm gonna have to take the car seat out, move it, and obviously, I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. I'm not in a great headspace. And if you've never used an anchor system in a car, it is annoying to try and
Well,
clamp.
yeah. I mean, trying to I can imagine trying to undo them is probably the worst part.
Yes, getting them on is not such a
Yeah,
big
getting them
deal.
on, but getting them off. Yeah, I'm not looking
Well,
forward
and
to
it
that
also
part.
depends on the car. I can tell you in the Tesla, there's even less space to really finagle in there. So
Yeah.
it's more like I have to jam it all the way down, lift the latch, and then kind of twist it to
And
pull
then
it out.
put oh.
So
Oof.
again, I'm not in a great headspace. I'm upset. I'm frustrated, and I'm like trying to finagle this thing, and it's not coming out. Finally, I feel like I've got it, and I go to twist it, and as I'm twisting, I feel pop pop,
Oh
and I hear pop pop in my arm,
no.
and my arm basically goes almost limp, like
Damn.
not good.
Mark's
Um,
getting old out here, bro.
I so still right now it very much hurts. Ultimately ended up going to the hospital because I was like, I don't know if I tore a muscle. I don't know. Like I don't think I broke anything, but
Pop pop is a bad sound.
yeah. Well, and we're going.
Especially when you hear it.
Yes, it was very audible. It was two pops too.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
and so also considering the fact that we're going to Disneyland soon, I was just like, I'd rather go to the hospital, get it looked at, make sure that it's not anything too serious. If I need to get a sling or whatever, let's just get it over with. And it hurt. It was not enjoyable. Uh, you know, the doctor said there's not a whole lot we could do. Um, Tylenol, ice it, cool it, heat it.
Bop it.
Don't be lifting stuff, moving stuff too much if you can avoid it. and they gave me a super dose of Tylenol, and they gave me a de-inflammation shot, a deflation shot, um, and sent me on my merry way. So that was not fun. Today, it's okay. It still hurts depending on what I do, depending on how I turn it. But yeah, that was my Friday.
Awesome. That sounds fun.
Um,
Yeah.
but tonight, last week I drank some soju, and this week I'm going to drink some soju. Except this time, it's your favorite flavor.
Watermelon.
So I haven't had this one before, and I love me some watermelon, and it smells. It doesn't have like that fake watermelon smell. It smells like a watermelon rind.
That's the worst part of the watermelon. Apparently, there's a lot of nutrients in that, but yeah, no.
Very clear. Maybe a slight hint of pink to it.
I can't really see from there. It just looks clear.
That is smooth. Very, very smooth soju.
Very smooth soju. Oh no, that was a strawberry juice.
It's very good.
The watermelon
it's very
juice.
subtle. The watermelon is there, but it's not overwhelming. There's a little bit of warmth here in the chest, and again, soju is this one is a 13.8% alcohol by volume. So it's more than most. It's more than double most beers. It's more in line with a wine from an alcohol perspective. It's not like shooting a shot per se, but it is a little bit on the stronger. Like I can feel the heat, I can feel a little tingle, but it is very smooth and quite enjoyable.
That'll make your arm feel better.
This is true. What have you been up to, or what do you got?
Wanted, Rider? The Red Rider, lawless robber of hops and brews. Reward: 1 cold pint. Goes by many aliases: the Foam Wrangler, the Buzz Bringer, the Pale Ale Bandit.
So is that supposed to be Cowboy Carmen Sandiego?
That's what it kind of looks like. I didn't even really notice that until you said that right now. I kind of just looked at it and grabbed it because it was the next beer. It was it's number 3. Well, yeah, now I'm back in order. So this is a ruby red Indian pale ale, hops, CTZ, Citra, and Mosaic. 2 ingredients: 2-row malt, braised crystal plus braised roasted barley malts. Look, ruby red. Smell, citrus zest, mountain pine. What is with the mountain pine, bro? A subtle caramel. Feel smooth, medium, full body, with a crisp finish.
Taste. Did you say caramel?
Yeah.
How? What? There's another.
Yeah,
A
I'm not.
there.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it like you guys say.
Caramel or caramel.
I'm not. Yeah, whatever. You say it how you say it. I say it how I say it. Anyways, wild.
I just say it correctly.
Yeah, whatever. Taste: wild berry plus citrus, subtle piney bite. Again, with a mild caramel background. This says pairing roasted chicken or game. Oh, game. I was like, what's game? Also anything chocolate. What the hell is that? Just you having a party over there? Woo! Oh, it's raining that's something that we could use down here in Vegas. It is getting hot, boy.
Already?
Yeah, it hit 90s today. Looks like it's going to end up being we're looking at triple digits by the end of the week.
Wow.
Yeah, this
triple digits in March.
Not good.
Global warming is real.
Yeah, For real.
So while you,
We're about to break records that have been around. I mean, it's been a few years, so I
it,
think
it's
07 was.
absolutely been warm up here, and today it was so nice they were doing controlled burns.
That's fun. Smoky. And actually, that's a good look to it. It looks a little bit more. Looks a little bit more red on screen than it does in actual life, but
I'm wondering if your screen just has issues because it doesn't look red to me at all.
really,
I mean it looks like a root beer almost. It looks
oh, it looks that dark on there.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Well, no, I guess not root beer. That's not. It looks like a cream soda, like a darker cream soda.
No, I can see that. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, I can, yeah, okay, I can see that. But let's see. Yeah, I can mess with this. I like it.
So it's just okay.
Yeah, it's not great. I have one more of these that I'll make sure I have with some roasted chicken or some game. I don't even know what.
Some game.
That's what it says. I think it's like when you go, like rabbit or something, rabbit or
Oh, okay, like hunting.
yeah,
Game. Okay.
hunting game. Hey, have you seen these? I didn't even know they made these.
No,
Rolled Gold Select Pretzel Twists.
can't say I've ever seen those.
Cool
They're weird.
Ranch. Yeah, they're okay.
Interesting.
They're okay. I mean, like, I wouldn't if I had seen these, I might have bought them, but excuse me, I got them for free, so I was like, 100%, I'm okay with that.
Interesting. So we're 367 days away from our Bahamian cruise,
Yeah.
and I'm a little annoyed.
Mm.
We got an email today.
Yeah, talk to him.
I'm not going to talk to him. I'm just going to read through it to share with everyone. Dear valued guests and travel partners, we're excited to welcome you aboard Norwegian Dawn for your upcoming cruise departing March 21st, 2027. As part of our commitment to delivering a seamless and enriching experience, we've made an itinerary adjustment due to newly updated port availability. Travel partners are asked to please ensure that impacted guests review this information. While even the most carefully planned itineraries may require occasional updates, these moments also offer an opportunity to reimagine your journey in exciting and meaningful ways. Although we work closely with port authorities to lock in every detail well in advance, circumstances can still shift. And sometimes we're informed that space is no longer available. These changes are often beyond our control, and as passionate cruisers ourselves, we truly understand how disappointing they can be. Due to recent availability updates, our visit to Nassau, Bahamas has been replaced with an additional day at sea. This unplanned pause creates more time to fully enjoy what makes life aboard Norwegian Dawn so special. It's an invitation to slow down, indulge a little more, and savor the ship at your own pace. Whether that means a moment at calm at the spa, a standout dining experience, an unforgettable show, or simply taking in the vast Pacific as it stretches endlessly around you. The Pacific?
Wait,
Additionally, the timing of our visits to
oh, come on, people, check.
you read this already. You missed that?
I did. I did. I thought I saw it, and then I was like, I read that wrong.
Additionally, the timing of our visits to Grand Bahama Island and Great Stirrup Cay, Bahamas has shifted, offering you more time to explore the easygoing beaches and a taste of the island's laid-back charm. Your updated itinerary is below. Now, that part's a little bit of a misnomer. There is some additional time at one of the ports, but not both.
Yeah.
So originally, we were leaving out of Jacksonville at 3 p.m. That's still happening.
Right.
Then we were going to be the next day at 11 at the Grand Bahama Island. That's gone now, and we're having a day at sea there. Except
I don't understand.
Now,
Wait, I'm confused. How would we have a day at sea? How is that even like?
I'm guessing they're just going to cruise us around. I don't know.
Yeah.
They might just drop anchor somewhere, and who knows, right?
Because we were supposed to leave at 3 and be there at 11 a.m. Excuse me. And now we're just spending the day at sea. Like, what?
Yeah, who knows? So now we're going to be at Grand Bahama Island on Tuesday instead of Monday, and that'll be from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So to be fair, it is an additional 4 hours on Grand Bahama Island, so that is nice. You know, they still haven't shown us any of the excursions that are available there, so I'm waiting for that. But I don't mind having an additional day of sea. Like, that's not going to be the end of the world to me. It isn't. You know, it does give you the ability to spend more time taking in the ship and walking around and just maybe truly relaxing. So, you know, it cuts both ways. So then Wednesday, instead of being at Nassau, we're going to be at Great Stirrup Cay from 7:30 to 5:30. So same amount of time, just a half hour later than we were going to be originally. And then, of course, a day at sea to cruise back to Jacksonville. So, you know, I will say I looked at Nassau from what they were offering excursions to the point when they just cut this off. And there wasn't anything that I was like, ooh, I absolutely want to do that, or it stood out to me in any way. And, you know, when I looked up Nassau, I was like, you know, it's interesting. I'd love to go, but it's not... it was not why I was going. The main reason I was going on this cruise was primarily for Great Stirrup Cay. So, you know, I am a little annoyed at the change. I would love to see them actually change this up and have us stay at Great Stirrup Cay all day, maybe all night, because I know they're starting to do overnights at Great Stirrup Cay.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you watch that video for the what's that place called? The
Silver Cove?
Yeah, Silver Cove. They're talking about. I'm talking about they're talking about bedrooms, and you have a master bath and another bathroom and another bed, and I'm like, bro, what? Like, I'm not staying all night there. I'm just like literally staying there for a number of hours and leaving.
Yeah, but I mean, you could ultimately stay overnight there. I mean, you could go back to the ship and then, you know, come back in the morning or whatever. But yes, having a cabana or something at Silver Cove definitely makes it so you could truly stay overnight and sleep on.
If I'm saying it, so you go get my bags. You at least go get a bag for me.
That's what you got a butler for.
Hey, Jeeves, grab my bags. Bring them down to the cabana.
Is that what you're going to tell your butler, that you want to call him Jeeves?
No, I'll call him by his proper name.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jeffrey, because I had Jeffrey on my last cruise.
Oh,
and it was.
Hey, is that cool if I call you G?
Yeah, except it was with a J.
Oh, yeah. I mean, mind you, if I have a butler and his name is Jeffrey, I'm gonna ask him if it's cool if I call him G. And then if he asks why, I'd be like, bro, have you not seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? And then, you know, and then I'll see if he has, then I'll see if I can get him to the.
So the cruise is coming 367 days away.
That's a little irritating. And the fact, I mean, I guess they sent an email. I mean, it's not a phone call, but you know, whatever.
If you are interested, scan that QR code. That'll take you to our Facebook group page where you can get all of the information and deets about it. We have not updated that page with this new information because this literally just came in today, this morning afternoon.
Yeah, it was like 11, almost noon.
Yeah, so be advised that the page may be slightly out of date, but you know, the dates are still the same. You know, the time, departure, arrival is all the same.
Same about time, same about channel.
You know, I will say this does make me think perhaps I do want to get the spa pass. I wasn't going to do it before.
I mean, now since you got another day at sea.
Well, another day at sea, but also a day that I'm not going to have to spend on excursions that I potentially was going to originally. The other nice thing about this is getting my drink package to work.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing that I will say that I don't like is I wish Days at Sea they would have the specialty dining places open for lunch and dinner.
That would be something that would be good due to the fact that, again, now that it's a little bit off, because the other day, I mean, like what the first day at sea, it's perfect for dining. After we get back on the ship, that'd be a good time for dining.
Yeah, because truth be told, like one of the restaurants that I'm not going to do probably, because again, if I only have dinners to choose from, like Los Lobos, the Mexican. But if there was a lunch option, I could see going there for lunch on a day at sea. Yeah, I'm not going to waste one of my food credits for dinner there.
No.
So it's. I hope they will entertain some of those thoughts, and I know other people have said it and commented on their pages and stuff. That they really, because also think about if you're doing like a transatlantic cruise or a trans-Pacific cruise or something where you're at sea for 7-8 days, they really should. You should have more options than just your standard 24-hour diner and the buffet for lunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will have Cagney's for lunch and breakfast that most other people won't have, but
right. But
that's that sweet life.
Yeah, of Zach and Cody.
So we've talked about here before this little thing that we're working on. It's coming up later this year.
Oh, shoot. Hold on, sorry, real quick. On my I didn't realize my laptop had come unplugged, and I just got a message that says low battery. So,
oh, lovely.
Yeah, I was like, what the? I looked and I was like, oh snap! It hasn't been plugged in. All right.
So
now we're good. Okay.
We've been talking about this little new event that we're organizing, working on. In the past we've done Kaboom Con, and that's on a hiatus for a little while. But in the interim, we have partnered with Cobalt's Caravan, Ed Yari from also Cobalt's Keep.
I don't know which one I see.
To start a new event called C4, the Carson City Card Con. Bless you. And we announced this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And in the time since we announced, some major things have changed. So first and foremost, I'm immensely excited to announce that Visit Carson City is back on board with us and is going to be sponsoring this event. So that's huge. Thank you, Visit Carson City, for believing in what we're doing and coming alongside to partner with us. So we're excited to have them back in the fold. And with that, it also, working with Visit Carson City, kind of opened up some doors, some pathways, if you will, to some options that weren't there previously. So one of the things that we had said about Kaboom Con was, we did 2 years at the Carson City Community Center. And while we really appreciate that facility and appreciate the people there, we also recognize that it's not the most conducive to what we're trying to do. It's great that there's a theater. It makes it nice for trying to have some of those larger things like bringing in Reno Video Game Symphony or, if you want to have a cool presentation. However, the theater is so big, the house is so big that it never fills. Even when we had, 500 people on site, they're not all in that theater at once. And that's how big that house is. It seats over 500 people. So, when you've got, 100 or less people in the theater watching a panel or performance or something, it doesn't feel great. And it's, then there was the boardroom, which was nice for smaller things, and I think worked immensely well for panels and presentations in there. But it was kind of off the beaten path. And then you had the Tahoe room that we tried to use for year 2. And even with signage and pointing people in that direction, it wasn't working out. So one of the things we realized is that with KaboomCon, if we're going to bring it back, we either need to figure out a better way to utilize that space or look at other options. So with that being said, another option came on the table for C4. We were originally going to do it at the Carson City Community Center, but because of partnering with Visit Carson City, it brought another venue to our availability, if you will. So as we started looking at that, we looked at when was that venue available? Would we be able to do the same dates? Would we potentially have to look at other dates? And something we talked about and contemplated was the dates that we originally had planned for September 19th and 20th. There's just a lot of competition in September. There's a lot of competition that specific weekend, the couple weeks leading up to that event. And so we felt like, let's look at availability for this new facility, see what's out there. And then let's look at, based on that availability, competition, so that we can try to make sure that we have the best possible event, not just for the community, but for the vendors. Make sure that we can fill the space. We don't want to just have a lot of vendors. We want to have a lot of people coming to see those vendors. So with all of that being said, I am immensely excited to put this out there. Carson City CardCon is now happening at the let me move us out of the way. How do I move us? How do I move us? Okay, I'll just do this. Come on, there we go. Is now at the MAC Multi-Purpose Athletic Center in Carson City. So still in Carson City, except it's November 6th through the 8th. So the 6th is really the load-in day, the prep day, if you will. So the event itself, the major activities and everything, the tournaments and all of that jazz will be on the 7th and 8th. But again, Visit Carson City coming on board to sponsor the event and moving to a new location, new time, new place. What are your thoughts, James?
Hey man, you know what? I think this will be a good change. Oh, I like the new logo too, by the way. I hadn't seen that. I like the change. This, give us a new lease on life, if you will.
Yeah, it's you and I had talked about the Mac.
Yeah.
For KaboomCon, in the future, if we bring that thing back, that we thought the Mac would be a more appropriate facility to give a go, and this works out well because now we get to try it out with this new event, Carson City CardCon, and really see how it goes. And what I am going to do, just to kind of give a little sneaky peek to our audience, I'm going to bring up the floor plan that I'm working on, just so you can kind of see what it's shaping up like. This is by no means, the final or anything like that. I want to make sure that I'm abundantly clear.
Work in progress.
Yes, but this is kind of what it really is shaping up to be. Give me a moment while I prep it over here, get it zoomed in. So this is, of course, our Eventany web page, but this is the space. It is ultimately a giant gym floor that is 100 feet of depth by 200 feet of width. So what you're going to see are some pink lines. Those are walkways. Those are more for me planning to make sure we've got, appropriate, ADA accessible aisles, and we don't want to have the fire marshal down our throat or anything.
Nah.
But you'll notice, again, this is one big floor plan, but still lots of space to work with. So this area over here, Cobalt's Caravan Tournament Zone, there are going to be 30 tables set up for gaming. So 30 tables, 6 seats each. So we can have a max capacity of 180 players at any given time for some of these tournaments. So that's huge. That's huge entry. We're especially expecting with a couple of the tournaments that we may have truly 180 participants. So that's that. And the other reason it's nice is it does give us the capability of having multiple games going at once for some of the smaller tournaments. So that is that. Then you're going to notice kind of this black line here. What that's going to be is it's going to be a pipe and drape partition kind of set up to separate out the tournament zone so that really they kind of have their space to play and do their thing. And then we've got the main floor where we have well over 100 and it's shaping up to be probably close to 150 booths for vendors. And artists and card sales and things of that nature. We also have this e-gaming zone, which we discussed before, where we've got Buskun coming in to bring in their gaming systems, their cabinets, their
do we know their size yet?
What's that?
Have we gotten their size yet?
No, I'm still waiting to hear from them on what square footage they need, but I wanted to map off a good chunk of space for them just to be safe. But like, as you can see, so just so that everybody knows, this is to scale. So right now, for example, that Kobold's Caravan tournament zone, that is mapped out for 29 feet wide by 84 feet long. Like it's a huge space.
Yeah.
So we also have a stage set up that'll be over here. That's a 12 by 24, 12 deep, 24 wide, for where we'll do cosplay. We'll have likely we're bringing in some special guests. So we may have some meet and greets or not meet and greets there, but more like panels or interviews with those people. And what you can see is there's this walkway right in front of the stage, which we got to have for ADA and for the fire code. But there's these bleachers down here. And that'll be our seating. So that works out immensely well to utilize that space right in front of the stage, for people to sit and enjoy whatever's taking place on the stage. And we've got a little backstage area that we'll kind of treat as also like a green room where the special guests and cosplayers and stuff will go to prep and all of that kind of stuff. But it's shaping up quite nicely. What are you thinking, James?
This is exciting, man. A new place, so that'll be nice to see. Working on getting some new contacts and see what happens, man.
Yeah, James is got a task. He's working with another local nonprofit on seeing what we can do with them to partner in certain ways, and it's exciting times. It's really nice that we have these opportunities to really try and take our game to the next level.
Sorry, Mark, I was just looking at something.
Yeah.
So is that going to be like, I know you didn't mark it off, but is that going to be a walkway down the middle here where there's that white section?
Probably. So I'm trying to, the objective isn't necessarily to just pack in as many vendors.
No, I understand that. I was like, wait, it's not marked, so I'm sure.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to kind of finagle and figure out exactly spacing. I think, around the outsides, this is probably locked in. These larger booths out here, these are, our 8x8 booths. There's power along these walls and stuff.
There's power in them walls.
There's power in them walls. And then these ones in the middle will be some of the smaller ones, your 8x5, 8x6s. So, it's really just trying to, play with the space and figure out what's going to work best. Technically, we don't have to have like a huge walkway down the middle. I may add a couple of additional vendors on either side to make a walkway down the middle, but a little bit tighter. Again, just playing with it, trying to figure it out. And, but it's looking good.
Yeah. I dig it.
So working on that, We've got other stuff going on that you're working on that hopefully we'll be announcing soon.
Yeah.
I've been teasing the hell out of it for a very long time. Kind of tired of teasing, but the last thing that I wanted to talk about tonight, and this is probably the headliner, if you will.
Yeah.
Dropping
Talk to him.
Dropping today.
Talk to him.
Spider-Man. Brand new day.
Oh. Official.
This trailer.
From Marvel Studios. And actually Sony dropped it as well.
Yeah, and Sony. Don't forget about them. It's interesting how I feel about this trailer. I feel like this trailer gives us so much, but I don't feel juiced. I feel intrigued. I feel like I'm excited to see this. Don't get me wrong, but I almost feel like maybe there's too much. You know, we see again. If you haven't seen the trailer, apologies. Maybe go watch it.
Oh, sorry. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, I mean, this thing came out early this morning.
I didn't see it till this afternoon because I had kind of forgot. I didn't really know when it was supposed to drop. I had seen yesterday. They were like, "Oh, this is coming." Blah blah. They're dropping little snippets. I guess all yesterday they were dropping little snippets of the trailer, and then today was the official trailer. I didn't realize that, and then I went online on YouTube like I normally do, and I was just kind of scrolling around. And some guy was like, "The new trailer for Spider-Man dropped. Let's talk about it." I was like, "No, you don't." And I went and watched it. I went and watched it, and I was pleasantly intrigued. And then before the show, I watched it on my phone earlier, so I watched it on my tablet, which is a little bit bigger. Actually, not just a little bit bigger. I mean, this thing is huge in comparison. Yeah, no.
So I'm just going to start listing off things that we see and know are clearly happening, right? We know Punisher Frank is in this, which was already announced, but
seeing it, awesome.
It also seems like there might be a slight antagonistic relationship between the two of them.
Well, he doesn't, and this is after, because of the events of, I don't even know if Frank knew who Peter Parker was originally, but after the events of No Way Home, you know, Peter Parker does not exist.
Yeah, but he's not Peter Parker in it. He's Spider-Man, and he didn't have the spell erase who Spider-Man was, just who Peter Parker was.
Sorry, who Peter Parker was.
So
but I'm saying is like
certainly Frank. Again, there are things that we don't know, right? Like, is this all in the same universe? Assuming it is, assuming they didn't come in some other way, blah blah blah, right? Presumably, Frank Castle knew of Spider-Man. He's in New York. Like, it would be, you'd have to be living under a rock to not be aware of at least that there is a Spider-Man. So I think it's highly likely that he knows of him. But in this trailer, it clearly appears that there's already an established relationship because he calls him Frank. He doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. I told you, go home.
We have Bruce Banner in.
Yeah,
truly Bruce Banner,
back, baby.
And I don't know if you noticed, but he has some kind of device on his arm.
Oh, I didn't notice that, but yeah.
Go back and watch the trailer. There is some kind of device on his arm, and I'm guessing that's likely what's keeping him in human Bruce Banner form.
Right.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
He is his DNA is evolving and changing to where it looks like he'll be able to shoot webs out of his hands or arms or forearms or whatever.
Man spider.
Huh?
Man spider.
Yes. So again, another thing, we didn't see any of the women that have been, aside from MJ. Right. So I don't know if we're going to get a Gwen Stacy. I don't know if we're going to get, there have been rumors that possibly we might finally see a Jean Grey. We might see,
I said Black Cat.
A Black Cat might, So there was no allusion to that. We saw Scorpion,
Yeah, we did.
and we briefly saw his costume that he'll be using.
Yo, who was? I couldn't tell. There was it's a quick little snap of a scene. It looks like a cell, and it looks like the wall's going up, and we see somebody that's strapped down. The only thing that I couldn't tell, it didn't give me enough to know who was strapped down, because everything, for some reason, I don't know why my mind went to Doc Ock, but Doc Ock isn't in this universe. Doc Ock got sent back to his own universe.
There could be a Octavius in this universe, right? That wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility. But I believe, and what's been rumored and still not confirmed, is that quite possibly this might be the first on-screen appearance ever of a Mr. Negative from the video game.
Oh, okay.
So that character didn't exist in the comic book universe until the game. They created him for that game, and there are rumors that he is coming in, which also could explain the hand soldiers that we see later in the trailer, where he breaks the sword.
What is Mr. Negative is, because then there was a whole thing with I'm not too familiar with Mr. Negative's powers, but
didn't you play the Spider-Man games?
I didn't really play the first one. I'm working on the second one. I have a lot of games. Anyways.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
How are you playing the second one, but you didn't play the first one?
Because that's just the way it worked out. I didn't have the first one. I literally played a little bit of it on when we lived together, and that was about it.
I don't understand.
Anyways, don't worry about it. Don't think too hard. Anyways, because there's the whole thing where it looks like he stops. So earlier in the trailer, we see him like trying to stop a tank. It looks like said tank flips over, and he pulls open the door, and there's some old lady inside. Then that seems to jump to one of the officers, and then he sends it up to another officer, and then we cut from that whole scene, which makes me think that. And then there's the guy later on in the hoodie, and you only see his back, and he's like doing something with his arms, like he's conducting an invisible orchestra. Is that Mr. Negative's powers? I don't know.
It could be. The other thing I'm a little confused by is, did you recognize the voice actor that was kind of doing the voiceover for the trailer?
It sounded like Optimus Prime.
Keith David. Yes.
Yeah. I knew. I couldn't remember. I was like, Optimus Prime? But yeah.
I'd like to know who he's playing, because obviously he's not doing that voiceover just for like the trailer for the commercial. Right?
Oh no, that was intentional.
That's got to be dialogue from the film, and so he's playing someone. And we already have J. Jonah Jameson, so it's not like he's playing that, right?
Who? Perry, or what's his name? Is it Perry? No, what's his name? Who's the other one that works in the cartoon? He was the one. No, Perry's Spider-Man, Superman. In the animated series, it was the guy that worked at the Daily Bugle with Peter, who was like I felt like he was almost second in command under Jameson.
I don't remember, but I mean, I guess because in our universe, J. Jonah Jameson is
doing this
podcasting and stuff like that.
It could be a rival.
Could be somebody, because I have to imagine Peter's gonna get a job working likely at the Bugle. You would think,
yeah, or some other. Yeah, well, it doesn't necessarily have to. I mean, yes, comic wise, it's the Bugle, but it could be some other publication.
I suppose you would think they wouldn't change it that drastically.
Yeah, I mean, working for the Bugle now would be weird, just because it's an online thing, and so I mean, I don't know, unless somehow in the time away it's become like a network.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, again, this trailer just has a lot going on, and I feel like it's still. I guess where I'm at in my head is I'm trying to still understand how we get to Doomsday later this year, and I don't. We know that Daredevil season 2 is coming. We know that Punisher special, feature is coming. But those, from what I've heard, are going to tie directly to this Spider-Man Brand New Day more than anything. And so, is anything else going to build to Doomsday? Like, that's where I'm watching this trailer, trying to see, is there any inkling, anything that's going to point to Doomsday? And I didn't see anything there. I'm just, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's so much going on in this trailer, for just Spider-Man in New York, that it's like, okay, is this even going to connect to the bigger picture MCU right now, or is it really kind of just its own thing?
Yeah, I mean, they'll have. I mean, there has to be something in there that. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I would assume there would be something in there that would tie kind of stuff together. Oh, now I see what you're talking about. The thing on Bruce Banner's wrist here. I just know I just went back in to just see that thing. But he's teaching. That's nice.
Yeah, well, and clearly it looks like he's gonna, what we've heard and what is, I think, evident in the trailer is that he's going to work with Peter and maybe relearn, or I mean, Bruce and Peter never really got to know each other terribly much.
And actually, it's his. I like this a little bit better because it eliminates the Dr. Connors aspect of things. Because a lot of times they've added Doc Connors, and it's been cool, but I think it's almost kind of replaces that situation for me.
Yeah. What I'm really curious to see is what I have heard is that, and this trailer could be a very huge head fake, but what I have heard is that Hulk may actually be one of our main villains in this. In that, clearly Bruce is Bruce and is using a device to control that he stays Bruce, but perhaps something happens to that device throughout the film and he becomes Hulk and loses control. Because what I've heard is that there is a Spider-Man Punisher versus Hulk scene.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't think that ends well for anyone except for Hulk because,
but
I mean, ultimately Punisher isn't in any way a superhero. He's just a guy
who likes guns. Oh, and then I kind of want to know where my girl Sadie drops into everything.
This is what I'm saying. I feel like there is so much that we didn't see in this trailer.
You know what? Oh, I don't think I might have said this earlier, but he looks taller. I don't know what it is about. Maybe it was just a shot, but Tom Holland looks taller. I mean, he's not the same kid that we met,
I did also think it was interesting that we didn't see anyone else from high school, except for MJ and Ned.
No, that I swear, no, it must be a different guy. There was the it looked like the what was the Indian kid's name?
Flash?
Yeah. That looks
you're thinking of the scene where he is brushing MJ's hair.
Yeah, that kind of looks like him.
It's not him.
Oh, okay. But so what? Did Peter also get an apartment right next to them?
That's how it seems.
Yeah.
He's their friendly neighbor.
Friendly neighbor. I listen. I'm psyched. Actually, I was able to go to the movies yesterday because girlfriend and the baby were at her parents' house. So I went out. I actually went to the store and got some stuff, and then was able to. I was like, oh, you know what? I got time to go see a movie. So I went to go see a movie with my credits, and I saw Hoppers, which is actually a pretty good movie. Unfortunately, when I always buy my tickets earlier, and the problem was is that I don't see other tickets that are bought, and then like I got there and I was like, ugh, more people. And you know, I know it's a kids movie, but you know, then kids, I was like, oh, they were actually pretty good. So I wasn't too.
You didn't go during the day when kids should be in school?
Well, school's out right now, I think. I know spring break's happening, so I went to a little bit later showing. It was like 5:35. But yeah,
I gotta, because you know, I gotta interject just because I'm trying to understand. When we were kids, spring break was one of 2 weeks.
Listen, spring break has changed.
It was either the week before leading up to Easter
or the week after.
Right.
After. This has changed. I have no idea everything has changed. With like there's been this past weekend. This past weekend had a number of families who just started spring break, and they were actually going to Hawaii, which I was a little jealous of. I want to go back. They were going to Hawaii. I had another family that was going to Florida for a cruise. So there's some spring breaks going on now. Yeah. When's your kids' spring break?
Next week.
Okay.
Well, technically it started today after school ended because my kid's spring break is
that's weird. Like a week, midweek.
Yeah, it started. Yeah, so they're off tomorrow and Friday, and then all of next week.
Interesting. That's a little bit longer, but that's nice. Anyways, but no, not yeah. It's like I'm like I don't know, but hey, man. Yeah, I normally, like I said, I normally find out about this stuff. Now that I have a kid, I'll definitely know about this stuff because I always ask my friend, or not really a friend, she's a coworker, but her name's Michelle, and she has a son who's older, and so I'm like, hey, when does their spring break start? I'm like, when's Christmas break start, so that I know where to avoid stuff at that point in time. But but yeah, no, so I went to go. It was a good movie, but I was walking the hallway where I went to go see it. There's a ton of movie posters down there, and I was like, oh man, like, you know, everything from the new Hunger Games movie to Avengers Doomsday. Those posters are right next to each other. We had Toy Story 5, He-Man, and I can't remember. There was like this entire row of posters, which I was like, oh my God, I want to see that. 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 And so it's just like, man, there's a lot coming out. This year is going to be, there's a lot of films coming out this year.
Speaking of, when are we going to finally get a Doomsday trailer, like an actual
Doomsday? Yeah, you know they're gonna hold on to that for a minute.
Because I get that we got those little like teaser things, but man, I want something real.
Yeah, I mean give it probably, you know what, they'll probably drop. What's something big coming this summer? Yeah, see, if I'd gone to see Hoppers.
Oh, it'll be there for Spider-Man, which is coming out in July.
Oh, it has to be there, but then yeah, I'm sure there has to be something, not a teaser. There has to be like I mean, it could be a teaser, but a full-blown trailer, yeah, that needs to happen too.
So briefly before we shut this thing down, there's a new Lego set that came out, I think it's officially out, and this kind of came out of nowhere. They hadn't announced it or anything. And I don't know why. I really like it. It's not normally my style of Lego. I just want to see what your thoughts are. It caught me, and I was just like, oh, man, I kind of really want this. A Boeing Pan Am airplane.
Oh, wow. Wow.
1,903 pieces.
Old school.
It's got the cockpit and the seating inside. The landing gear goes up and down.
Nice.
Can go on a stand. There you can kind of see what the inside looks like with the little galley in the back. So yeah, 1,903 pieces. How much do you think this one is?
1,903 pieces. So that's probably what, like, what's 69?
169, huh?
No, 69.
Oh, 69? No, 219.
God.
So 100 pieces is usually around $10. So 1,000 is around 100. So this is 1,900. So you would say probably around 190. If you had said 199, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's an accurate guess.
219. Wow.
And I'm guessing part of the reason it's so much more than that $10 per,
because the logos.
Yeah, because the logos, the licensing with Boeing and stuff like that, I'm sure.
Douglas.
But I mean, man, I think that's clean. What do you think?
That's pretty dope. I was actually looking at something earlier, and I don't know why I did, because it was for, it looks like a church or something, and I don't know where it is. Hold on.
So the one that they announced or haven't officially announced, but that was teased today by some people.
Yeah.
It's the church in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that if the rumors are to be true, it will be the largest set ever at over 12,000 pieces.
Yeah.
However, not the most expensive set ever. Well, the last pricing I saw had it at around $600 to $700.
Yeah. Well, the Death Star thing is like over 1,000.
Yes.
1,000.
The Death Star is $999. Yes.
Yeah. So, but no, but yeah, that one looked kind of cool. But I was like, for some reason, it reminded me. I was like, huh.
And the Death Star only has a little over 9,000 pieces.
The one thing that we have not seen, which has surprised me a little, which would be kind of a cool thing to see and build, would be the casita from Encanto.
It exists.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Maybe if I can find it. Hold, please. Because I've seen it. I thought about actually getting it for my kid when it came out. Let's see. The Madrigal House. Oh, man. It was on sale. I wonder if I could still get it. But here it is.
Oh, okay. They do have. Is that what is that under? Is that? It don't look like Lego. That looks like Duplo.
No, that's Lego, man. Here's a little video of it, so you can see the rooms.
No, I'm just saying the characters. Actually, the characters look like the Friends sets.
Yes, I would agree with you that the characters are the friends rather than minifigs.
Yeah.
But I think it's appropriate for what it is. But yeah, there's another one as well. This one, which I feel like is not as
cool. That one's kind of lame.
But yeah, these are all like half off. They're trying to get rid of them.
Oh, that one's out of stock, anyways.
What I wonder is if you can still order it. Let's see. No. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it in the store somewhere.
Yeah.
Because for that price, that's great. I can see why it sold out so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was just on here, I don't know, 2-3 days ago, looking at the discounted stuff, and it wasn't at that point. Because if I had seen it half off, I probably would have got it. Because I think last time I looked at it, it was $129.
Yeah. Cool. All right, man.
You got anything fun and or exciting coming up?
No. I got a cleaning tomorrow.
A what?
Yay. A cleaning.
Oh, for your teeth?
Yep.
Mine's coming up in the beginning of April.
Yeah, I was like, I went to contact him and I was like, hey, do I have this appointment? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Just making sure because I didn't see anything for it. So
Exciting, good times. I am, of course, going to Disneyland.
enjoy.
So we won't be doing a show next week.
Okay.
I might do a quick like live stream or something, but probably not. We'll see.
Yeah.
At some point in a couple years, we'll have to get back down there.
Yeah.
And
Hey, by the way, can you do? Well, I need a 70th anniversary sweatshirt, and I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to get down there before it's over. So I might need you to get me something, and I'll give you the money for it.
You don't want to just go to the Disney store and get it from there?
No, I would much rather get it from the park, honestly, because like I don't know if the Disney store has what I'm looking. Well, has kind of. They might have some stuff, but I don't know. I feel like the park's going to have more stuff.
I mean, absolutely, the park will have more things. However, I would say if you haven't looked, I would suggest going to the official DisneyStore.com or DisneyStore.com because they do on the Disney Store, bringing it up right now, they do have park exclusive stuff. So you can, shop all parks or you can choose a specific park, right? Like shop Disneyland Resort.
Oh, okay.
So, here you can say product type, I'm looking for you. So you're looking for clothing, right? Let's see. You want a sweater?
Yeah, a sweatshirt or something.
And of course we're looking for men. And what size are you looking for?
Like a 2X.
Oh, nothing 2X available. You want to go 3X or 1X?
No, what's that XXL right there?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what they got for the Dub X. So here's your Disneyland 70.
Only $70. $1 per year. Wait, is that only on the back or is that because that is on the front?
No, that's the front.
Because I was looking at and then they show the back and there's nothing on there. That's crazy, but
yeah, looks like a blank back.
Yeah, I mean that might be.
I mean, obviously, I can send you some photos of stuff when I'm there.
Yeah, but do that for me.
But obviously, I'm not gonna be standing around waiting for your response because just as well as I that you don't respond to me.
Yeah, I apologize.
So
it's a fatal flaw.
I will say I'm at Disneyland on Monday and then on Wednesday. So I'll send you some images from Disneyland on Monday. You get back to me
by Wednesday.
Well, no, by Tuesday.
By Tuesday,
so that I can get it on Wednesday.
Okay. All right, man. Cool.
Do you want me to look while I'm at DCA as well, or
see what they got? Yeah, just see what they got over there. I mean, probably. I mean, like whatever Disneyland has, I'm sure that like DCA might have some of that stuff. Oh, visit that. Remember that cart that they have over at the. Oh no, they didn't. That was an event. That was Avengers stuff that we were looking at.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, there was that cart, the Avengers clothes cart.
Yeah, I will say I'm a little concerned because I've been, checking the Disneyland app the last few days to kind of look and see what the ride times are looking like and stuff.
Yeah.
And
everything's high.
Well, I keep seeing a lot of rides are down a lot. And so, for example, like right now, it's 9:00 at Disneyland, pulling it up. Come on. It's the Food and Wine Festival, by the way.
Oh, nice. Well, now, but it will be done next week?
Yeah, it usually is the whole month of March.
Oh, okay.
But right now at Disneyland, the Jungle Cruise is closed for refurbishment.
Nope.
Indiana Jones is temporarily closed.
Not okay.
Let's see what else. Temporarily closed means it could reopen, obviously, right? It's just down right now. Man, actually, I wish I was there right now. I don't see any rides with a longer wait time than, well, the longest is Space Mountain, 55 minutes.
Of course, but the Space
But-
Mountain.
But otherwise, everything's around 20, 25 minutes. Rise of the Resistance is at 50.
Mm.
But most stuff is pretty short. Over at California Adventure, so California Adventure's already closed for the day. It closed at 9.
They close. Oh, they do close early. I forgot about that.
Yeah, which is interesting. So this week and next week, which is spring break for some people, they aren't having the extended hours. But the week after I go is extended hours till midnight at Disneyland and 10 at DCA.
Interesting. Must be. Is it LA spring break?
Well, LA, from what my wife said, Orange County spring break is the same as my kids. So next week, but they don't even have the extended hours next week.
Interesting. That's because I mean I know. That's interesting because I know there's some college spring breaks that have already happened, and some of these kids were going back to school already, and I was like, already?
How are you doing work wise?
I mean,
I heard yesterday that 27% of TSA workers called out sick.
no, I didn't have to. It doesn't surprise me.
That's a lot. That's, a quarter of everybody on a shift. I mean, how many people do you usually have on a shift, airport wide?
Oh, I have no idea.
How many at your gate?
Where I'm at, we have about. I feel like it might be somewhere like around like, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe like 25, 30 people. I mean, just on my specific times, but then we have another 15 who are part-time come in.
So I'm just saying, if you've got around 50 people working at a time in your area, about 12 of them calling out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with these shutdowns. And this is not even a full shutdown. This is just DHS shutdown, which is kind of irritating, but whatever.
Well, it's people, that are saying they're comfortable. They're okay with you guys suffering.
Yeah, it's irritating, but whatever. We'll deal with it.
You got anything else?
Nope.
No? Nothing?
Nothing.
You want to shut it down?
Shut it down.